Okay, quick Tuesday morning radar update. So, DAX has just punched through previous day's highs. Inside day on the FTSE as good as, inside day on the 250, and small caps. A little bit mixed. Turning up as we speak. Let's actually there's a couple in my portfolio what are coming into interesting areas. I suppose we could speak about this first. So yesterday, SDI had a little down day, didn't it? I just want to show you the difference between, if you look at this on a linear chart, it might look like a little bit of volatility, yeah, tiny bit of volatility. If I show you on a log scale, for the newer investor, you might get caught, reading about other people's opinions, saying this is a buying opportunity, this is on sale, this, that. These stocks will trade like stocks, and I commit to the trend. And you can see, a normal sort of volatility of a pullback, is that kind of area, it really is. But hopefully it just keeps going higher. You never know where it's going to do its normal sort of pullback. But you just have to commit to that volatility, I suppose, is the best way of putting it. And 20-30% pullbacks in growth names are quite normal. Sheskov's just updating. Hang on 1 second. So what I want to show you first is, let's just be realistic about these things. This has just made a plus 70% move of the previous pullback. 2 steps, 3 steps forward, 1 step back. That would be very normal. Doesn't mean it's going to happen here though. You never know where the normal pullback is gonna come. You just have to be sized in a way that you can actually hold on to that sort of position. Sometimes they go straight for a long time before pulling back. You never know how they're going to do it. Think of JLP. There's a couple in my portfolio. I should write these down, shouldn't I, as I go along, so I know what I've talked about. Let me just find what's in my portfolio and trying to tick up here. Oh, Spectra. So Spectra, I've already got a position from over here. I've committed to a wider position size because it's come off this low here and it's gone to here, and this is the first pullback. But it looks like it wants to come in a little bit deeper, and this is an extremely normal area, and there is news ahead. So obviously, gap risk ahead, SPSY. I'm committed to the trend on this. I'm wrong below here, and I want to add to the position, so I can get to add to the position at a higher price. But that's a pretty normal area. SPSY, writes that down. You do get a lot of this, when you're. It's not a very good way of drawing a channel, is it? Just channeling action, where if you're looking on a daily, if you go through the charts, you look on a monthly, it's like normal sort of back and fill into the base. Think of ECK, I think it was, when that was sort of pulling back in. So it's not about being exact with entries, it's about committing to the volatility bracket, saying this gets me on board this trend at a sensible area, and I'll size it in a way that I can ride out this vol into the future. And another one on my portfolio, what's drifted back in, I bought a position in this. What I'm looking at in Beeks is this huge, it had this IPO sort of breakout, and it's just grinding off the move sideways, and that's what you want to see. Now, if you look at WATR, which I also have a position in, this is what, we rode it up here as well, but WATR sort of based out here, and it had a little base cheat here and another base cheat here, what was pretty close to the base breakout. And if you look at that, it's kind of a ledge in the right side of a base. So Beaks that's what I'm looking at. That's a cheat. I'm involved here. I'm probably flattened down a little bit on this position, but it's you know, size for the low. Want to add if it breaks up higher. So feed the winners. If it's a loser, it will be a small loser. So that's what that looks like. I'll just make sure I've got the log scale on there. Yeah. And you can see it's trying to, all the averages I follow are in order now. So this is a pullback to stacked averages. I can sort of show you that with WATR, you know. No, I can't. You know, the averages got stacked here. It didn't pull back, did it? WATR, it just went straight through the highs. Can I show you that in another one? Not really. I suppose, you know, pull back here, similar kind of thing. Anyway, that's just a few in my portfolio, what I think are interesting areas. I have positions already. I plan to add only on strength. You know, I'll take my entry and then add on strength, meaning I can trail heat out the market to add more heat to the position. So my risk is never getting larger. It's the same or smaller by trailing and adding. So that's that. I'll quickly have a look. There's a lot running in the US screens today. A few interesting IPO setups. Let me just have a look what's going on here. Yeah, you kind of know our view on oil. It's gone a long way for oil. Digestion will be ahead, but it's gone further than I thought it would go before the digestion. I thought it would sort of start to digest around here. It's had another right into the supply. So back and fill would not surprise me. Still not seeing no oilers on the screens worth looking at anyway. And TLT inside day. Let's just have a look at the dollar bull. Dollar bull's you know, it's trying to hang in there now, isn't it, the dollar? We'll see how that goes. So I'll have a quick look at the large cap volume leaders, see what's in there first, and then I'll jump straight into the small caps. It is 9.47. We should have traded 21% to be on average volume. Have a look at the sectors. General mix again, healthy mix of sectors. I will just fly through these and then I'll go straight into the small caps. Bellway, we talked about that last night, but it just hasn't got the reward to risk, has it, for after looking at the US setups, they're far superior. So and into the small caps, quick look in there. Scope has done something a little bit strange there. I'm just going to hang in there and hope it doesn't crash. So there's a few in the small caps. It's actually quite a buoyant sort of day in my portfolio today. So we will buzz through. No clear sort of leader in the sectors. I will fly through these. Oh, it's come back to life again. In order of volume. EVRA holdings. Moving on. Nothing on that. Safe stay. Double check the volume. 21%, yeah. metals, sloth sector. MTI. SDI, so it's actually on volume again today, isn't it? What tends to happen is when there's a good report or something, you get a whole heap of weak holders, and the market just likes to shake those holders out, shake the tree on those holders before it moves higher. It's so common. And you know, when I say the market, that it's the old dreaded break-even stops and stuff like that. Once they're out of the way, everyone strangles the trades, then it can be free to sort of trade back up again. But in my view, yesterday was not you know, there wasn't any volatility on a stock like that. 5-6% is nothing on something what is a small cap with a bit of beta. I'll point it out because the danger is people follow very clever people into these, we call it the stealth pump, backing up the truck here, and the truck could be backing up, you know, it could be backing up for a few weeks, you never know. So always look at the log scale. Yeah, a bit of a walk of shame in the small caps today actually, but quite a nice market environment for the portfolio. I will leave it there. Let's see what I'm going to have a grind through the US screens. I've already got a little bit of a watch list going. There's a few interesting ones in there again. One has been previously extremely good to me. So have a look through those, and we'll see what the US market brings. Okay.